Hello all you beautiful people, my name is Zach Dowdy, and today we're going to be talking about how to frontside Smith stall on transition. This is a trick that's been requested quite a lot down in the comment section, so I'm here at Shawkins Park in Ocean Beach, San Diego, California. I'm going to dive into it, and as always, this is just my perspective on how to do this trick. There is no right or wrong way into doing any skateboard trick in my opinion. I think there's just different perspectives and different ways of learning how to do things, so just want to make that quick disclaimer. When it comes to frontside Smith stall, you're definitely going to need to know how to do frontside pivots, frontside kick turns, you drop it in. Some of the basic transition tricks, you're going to need to know how to do those first. And the real trick to frontside Smith stalls is almost like alling into it, because the hardest part is getting into that stall motion. A lot of times it's a lot easier to land in 50-50. Like I really struggled at just now when I was trying to do a bunch of different Smith stalls. I was landing in 50-50 and not into the Smith. So you really have to lean back and really, you're almost doing like a front pivot and then like leaning your front truck down while you're staying in the back so that you don't fall into the transition, and then you push your board forward to fall into the transition. So as you're rolling up, you basically want to lift that front truck up and kind of lap your back truck onto the Smith stall. And a lot of times it's a lot easier actually on bigger transition with bigger coping, because you can actually lock it in. When you're skating small stuff that has like noping or just really small transition, it's hard to lock into the Smith stall. That's another one where like if you all into it, it's a little bit easier. Another thing that people do sometimes when they're learning how to do Smith stall and transition is they go fakie and do a Smith stall. So you can do that if you're learning how to, or you're just trying to learn how to do Smith grinds, is go at fakie and get into the stall, because it's a lot easier, and then you can just figure out how to land it. So if you're having a hard time landing the Smith stall, but you are getting into it, that's another way to kind of like learn how to land the Smith, is go up into it fakie, stall it, and go back in. And the reason the fakie Smith is a lot easier than just going into it is because your truck and your board is already like set up for it. So you're just going in and you're kind of lapping, you know, your front truck in that case, and then just pushing your board in and then going back in, versus like having to pull your whole front truck over it and then get your back truck on, lap it, and then go in. Another thing that like is kind of like a stylish thing, or kind of like overly stylish in my opinion sometimes, is like getting your legs super bent, and that allows you to actually pinch the Smith stall. So it's actually a lot easier to do it that way. You'll see like in a couple of examples that I'm doing here, it's like I'm getting really low and kind of like doing this pinch with my legs, and that really allows me to like stick the board into a specific spot and hold the Smith stall. So I think that really helps. A lot of times like people even grab the tail out of it. If you feel like you're gonna hang up on the Smith stall, sometimes if you get low enough, you can actually like grab your tail and like pull it in. A lot of people do that on pools specifically because it's like, it's almost a safety net, and it looks cool and it feels cool, so it's like you might as well do it. That's a cool thing you can do if you're really like scared on like getting out of the Smith grind. Another thing is like, remember that you're just stalling for this trick. When you're grinding Smiths, it is a little bit different. You really do have to kind of like hold that pinch where you're basically like almost doing this with your legs in a way, like having your legs out. And as you come out of the Smith, you sort of like want to push it in front of you. That's what really helps me when I'm in the stalls, like pushing the board out in front of me when I'm in it, and not getting too on top of it. Because if you get on top of it and you're really like hovering over it, it's more likely that you're going to hang up. So hopefully that gives you a couple insights to how to Smith stall on transition.
So what can we do? We are
Smith grind is a little bit different. You have to just go at more of an angle, and you really do like hold that, like, you know, that pinch, I guess. I know I keep saying that, but like as I explain with your different feet and your different weights and where your shoulders are and different things like that, that'll really help you. So again, leave me some more tips down below with different tricks that you guys like to see on transition. I'll cover them. See you guys in the next one. Mash.